friends, welcome back to Cleaning Therapy and welcome to my Dare to Declutter series. My name is Jenny if you're new around here, and the reason I'm calling this the Dare to Declutter series is because sometimes it takes a little bit of courage to declutter. Sometimes we want to hold on to certain things and we just have a comfort around that, or a feeling of security, like maybe we might need this item in the future, and it can be really hard to get rid of certain things not knowing if we'll need them or not. So that was my inspiration behind the name of this series. We're gonna be courageous and we're gonna go ahead and let go of the things that no longer serve us. Before we get started, I wanted to tell you guys that we have a new website for this channel, and it is called cleanyourwaytocalm.com. So I'll go ahead and leave that linked in my description box. And this is a website that you'll be able to go to find checklists, cleaning checklists. You can print those out, they're all ready to go. I have them updated and revised for the new year. And then I also will have a decluttering guide that goes along with the Dare to Declutter series that you can also print out or just put on your phone, whatever is more convenient as we go through this decluttering process together. I don't have a time frame for this decluttering series. I feel like we can just work on it all throughout the year and we can all go at our own pace. So I hope you'll go ahead and visit my description box, head over to the website and print those out. So if you guys are ready for some decluttering and organizing inspiration, I hope you'll give this video a thumbs up and we'll get started. Okay, so I'm gonna start here in the upper cabinets and I'll go from left to right. This is a cabinet that ends up kind of becoming a junk cabinet for us. It does have specific functions like school papers, receipts, and the haircutting kit when I give the boys a haircut, vitamins and supplements. It's all kind of had a home, but as you can see, this one's a hard one to maintain. And it ends up being a catch-all for just anything that I'm not sure where to put. So I'm gonna make sure as I pull everything out of here that I actually assign a home to all of these different items so that I can keep this a little bit tidier. I also wanted to mention that this video is in collaboration with some of my YouTube besties, and we are doing a $150 Amazon gift card giveaway. So check my description box for a playlist to all of our decluttering videos. And if you subscribe and comment on each video, you'll be entered to win the $150 Amazon gift card giveaway. So make sure you check my description box for that. Now that everything's out of the cabinet, I'll go ahead and give it a quick wipe down. I'm not doing any deep cleaning today, but if I'm gonna take everything out of these cabinets, I might as well just give it a quick wipe down. And here on the counter is what I pulled out of that cabinet. I can't believe that all of this came out of that one cabinet. But there it all is. I can easily see what everything is, start to put it into categories, and figure out where its permanent home will be. I'm getting these school papers back into the top shelf. I don't declutter through these until the end of the school year. These are Alex's preschool papers and artwork, and so I'll create his binder at the end of the year, which is in just a couple of months. I can't believe it, and I'll declutter them at that time. But now I'm just going through all of these receipts, making sure I haven't missed any that might be, I don't know, maybe something that I might need to return in the future, or like a large piece of furniture or anything like that. And as long as they're not important, I am starting over for the new year with my new receipts for 2022. Picked up a pack of these acrylic deeper bins off of Amazon. Everything I use in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and link in my description box so that you guys can try them out if you'd like. but those work for the receipts as well as so many other things in the kitchen. And then I'm just filling up this cabinet back with the supplements and the lunch boxes and lunch containers. Now you're gonna see me switch things around a little bit as I get everything situated, but I went ahead and left the footage in. I wanted you guys to see the process so that you know that if it takes you a few times to get it right in your own kitchen, that you're not the only one. So I struggle with this too, and it took me a lot of trial and error to get things situated where they ended up staying. So here is a finished view of this cabinet. The main thing we're going to focus on today is decluttering. So as long as a lot of things came out of this cabinet, then I consider it a success. Okay, so this pile right here is what I am keeping. These things just belong in other areas of the house. This is just some fun stuff for Alex, flashcards, some workbooks, my diffuser, meds, and some more art supplies. So these just belong in other areas of the house, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I'm not gonna wait until I have this pile from all of the cabinets and it looks like a huge mess. I'm gonna actually take care of this cabinet by cabinet and go put it away where it belongs. This is my trash or donate pile. So I think I'm gonna donate these tumblers that we don't use. This is some old dried up clay, so I'll toss that. And then a couple of broken pencils and an old Ziploc bag and an old piece of sandpaper. This cabinet is for glassware and I'm leaving it just as it is. It already looks decluttered to me and organized, so I'm just gonna give it a quick wipe down and get everything back inside. You'll see some of the cabinets and drawers in my kitchen are pretty well organized and then others are just a hot mess. So my kitchen is a mix of the two and you're definitely gonna see that as we move on. This next cabinet is one of the hot mess cabinets. So I have cookbooks, cooking binders, candles, I put the diffuser in there, wax melts, so it's just so crowded, and when I put things back, things just kind of fall out and there's no rhyme or reason. So this one needs decluttering and organization. I'm gonna start by decluttering these candles. I have a lot of candles and I definitely wanna pare these down a bit. My mission statement for this decluttering year is choose only those things that move you in the direction of the life you desire and dare to declutter the rest. So that's the mission I have and that's what I'm focusing on as I make these decisions and sort through these items. It puts the focus on the things that I want to keep rather than on the things that I want to declutter. And that way it's a positive mindset and I'm choosing the things that I want in my life that are useful and bring me joy. Okay, so this pile is the pile that I'm keeping. These are the candles I'm gonna put back in the cabinet. And then over here, I have my declutter pile. These are the candles that I'm going to dare to declutter. So as you can see, I'm not messing around. I'm pretty aggressive in my decluttering this year. I wanna make sure that my house is as clean and calm as possible. And I really don't want to have to manage clutter all year. So this is the only pile I'm keeping. I'm gonna go ahead and keep the diffuser with the candles and just keep them all in the same place. Here, I'm just going through these cookbooks and pulling out the ones that I like and use on a regular basis, and then decluttering the ones that I don't go for. And I also have a recipe binder that I keep all of our go-to tried and true recipes, and I used to keep them all in separate binders like this. You can see the font of my labels is very outdated, but these worked for many, many years, but I actually wanted to do one big binder, and so I got some sheet protectors and I got some insert dividers, and I'll go ahead and just combine all these into one master binder that has the different sections. I really think that's just gonna make it a lot easier and more streamlined for when I'm cooking and doing my menu planning. So here's how the binder turned out. I'm really excited to start using it this way, and I'll get everything back into the cabinet. I'm gonna put up the cookbooks as well right next to them. And then in order so that they don't all fall down, I went ahead and pulled out one of those candles and just used it kind of like as a bookend. So that's what I'm gonna use so that they don't fall over. Over here in this cabinet where I keep all of my cooking sauces and oils, it's getting really gross in here. This is one of the hot mess cabinets. It doesn't look too bad on the outside, but then when you start to pull things out, you can see that the system is not working. There's little things that are getting lost back there, and there's a lot of salt and spilled sauces on the shelf itself. So we're gonna pull everything out, get this one cleaned off really well, and then figure out an organizing system. For this cabinet, I've decided to use Lazy Susans. I think that's the best way for me to keep everything contained and still be able to see everything. I really like how these function, and I even like the way they look. I think it's a very clean look for this cabinet. Now, I did lose some of the footage of me loading up these Lazy Susans, but here is the finished result. So I'm really happy with the way they look and the way they perform, and I definitely can see myself using these in other areas of my kitchen. Okay, so here is my pile of baking things. I'm actually gonna pull out the baking things and put them in a separate bin that's gonna go in the pantry. So when my daughter and I bake together, which we like to do, we can just pull out the bin and then all of this stuff will be ready to go. And then over here is just things that belong somewhere else. This goes in my spice drawer and this goes with supplements. Here in my dishes and glass cabinet, this is another cabinet that I'm happy with the way that it's decluttered and organized, and I just need to give it a quick wipe down and then put everything back in. Also, before I forget, make sure you check on top of your cabinets and on top of your fridge. If you have a lot of clutter up there and it's just getting dusty, then make sure you're kind of going through that stuff and pulling it all down if you'd like to have a more minimal look, or at least decluttering it enough to where you've minimized it to just the things that you really want to have up there. I know it's going to make your kitchen look so much more like put together and organized, and also it'll just be so much easier to clean if you don't have too many things up there. So take a peek right now. I'm not going to do that part because I actually don't have anything on top of my cabinets, but if you do, make sure you're addressing that and only leaving up there what you really want up there. Okay, so this cabinet is dedicated to all of my toddler's things. Alex has like 3 different cups in here right now, which that's totally a me thing. I am keeping his sippies because if he's drinking water around the house, it's just easier so that he doesn't spill it. But then I've also got these blue training cups, and then I've got the regular cups. So I really needed to make a decision about that and pick 1 or 2 styles and just go with it. So that's what I'm gonna do here and get the cabinet cleaned off and put everything back. Here is my coffee cup / K-cup, tumblers and tea, and obviously another hot mess cabinet. So this one I'm gonna have to pull everything out so that I can see what's actually in here and do some decluttering. These little white containers that I've been using in my kitchen have gotten like warped and cracked over the years. So I actually went ahead and got some of these acrylic containers. Again, they'll all be linked in my description box, but I feel like they're so sturdy and solid and that they'll last pretty much forever. So I was really excited to find one for these K-cups because that's just such an easy way to store them and be able to see them. And here is how I'd been storing the teas, and I went ahead and switched those out for this nice acrylic organizer as well. And I think you can fit about 30 or 40 teas in here, and then the rest of the K-cups and teas I'll keep in my bulk storage in my pantry. Now, once you've done your decluttering and you're ready to organize, organization can be as simple or elaborate as you would like. I feel like that's a personal taste kind of thing. Some people want very minimal organization tools, and then others like to have pretty complicated organization strategies. So I just think that's a personality thing. So do what works for you and your family. And it definitely does not have to be Pinterest worthy. We all know that now, right? We've heard it on every YouTube video. It doesn't have to be Pinterest worthy. It just has to work for you and your family. So I'm gonna go through all this, declutter what I wanna donate or what needs to be trashed, and figure out what goes back in the cabinet. Okay, so the top cabinets are now done, and this is what I have decluttered as far as donations from the top cabinets. I also have trash at the trash can, and then this is what's getting donated. So we are only about not even halfway through because we still have to do drawers and bottom cabinets. So I'll probably have a lot of stuff to donate after I'm done with all those, but here we are so far. This right here is our junk drawer slash utility drawer, and I tried to clean it out the best I could, but it really needs a liner of some sort. So the one you're gonna see me putting on in here is a white one with adhesive. And I actually left that in there for this video, but a few days later I took it out because I was really afraid that the adhesive was too strong and then it might damage the drawers over time. And I certainly don't wanna recommend any products to you guys that might damage your drawers. So this is not the one that I ended up keeping. Go ahead and just ignore this part. But I ended up using a non-adhesive drawer liner, and that one worked really well. You will see that one in part 2 of this kitchen video, and I will have that one linked in my description box. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I have just our junk drawer. It's kind of just a utility drawer with kind of some random things in it, but at least with this organizer system, it kind of helps keep it all in place. But I do still have to go through this drawer right here, which also has been used as a junk drawer, and there's a lot of stuff in there too. So I'll probably be moving some of that over to here. Anything that doesn't fit in here will go in the office. Here's where I've been keeping some of my large cooking utensils, and I want to move them over to that other drawer. I got that nice bamboo organizer, and I want to see how everything fits in there to see if it gives me a little bit more room for these items. Of course, I'm going to have to declutter them first because I have way too many, and you never want to organize until you've gotten your decluttering done. Okay, so this is the pile that I have so far. This right here on this side is what I'm gonna keep, and this is what I'm going to dare to declutter. So any duplicates I'm gonna declutter, and I just had so many wooden spoons that I went ahead and pared those down. And I just left one each of everything that I used. and then a couple of extra wooden spoons just because I tend to use those a lot since they don't scratch the pots. Here's my little notebook. I always like to sketch everything out. I'm a visual person, so I have to see it on paper to know what my plan is and my strategy. But even so, the best laid plans rarely go exactly as planned. So don't be afraid to go in there, edit it, and adjust things until you get it the way you like it. Okay, so I think the junk drawer is good to go now. And as you can see, I have a lot of things that I still need to kind of go through that was in this bigger drawer that now has the utensils. So some of this stuff is like sentimental stuff. So I do have a place for that now. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just separate the sentimental from the things that need to go to the office. I'm gonna go ahead and keep, like I said, these envelopes and the stamps and all that kind of stuff in the office because I just think that makes more sense. And we just have to put things where, you know, it kind of makes sense to us because that's the easiest way to find it. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on this pile right here and we'll see how that goes. For this drawer, I just want to clean it out and load it up with some baby wipes. I love to have these on hand for quick cleanups with my toddler and after dinner messes or a quick spill on the floor. It's just so handy to have baby wipes when you just need to do some really quick cleaning. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the before and afters that we were able to accomplish today. Friends, thank you so much for joining me for episode 1 of our Dare to Declutter series. Stay tuned for episode 2, which will be next week, and part 2 of our kitchen declutter and organize. I hope that this video inspires you to do some decluttering and organizing in your home as we clean our way to calm together. And don't forget to check my description box for the playlist to go to all my friends' videos so that you can join this big giveaway. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. I love you, and I'll see you next week.